Stargirl Series 1, Episode 6, titled The Justice Society, and this episode is really good. This is really good. My mouth was dropping at the end, which I will talk about later. The character stuff and the emotional of those character moments are just really well done, really well breathtaking. And it is one of those weird things where you're like, okay, first episode thought was okay. Second episode I didn't enjoy it. But then the 3 onwards is just really well done. This one's probably the best one because, like, the character stuff is like, okay, I'll explain the plot right now. Pat last episode found out that Courtney has been recruiting her friends to become the new Justice Society. Through the last couple of episodes, we met the new Wildcat, we met the new Owlman, and Dr. Midnight. And Pat's like, nah, no, You're having your friends' lives at risk if you let them be the new Justice Society. So you need to, the next day at school, the next day, you have to convince your friends to hand over the gear that you led them. Hand over the Wildcat costume, hand over the Dr. Midnight goggles. But what happens is that is just really well handled is the pain that Courtney has, trying to convince them to hand over the gear, and the assistance, and knowing that these 3 characters are basically nobodies, or they were something, but then something was taken away from them. Like Wildcat, she meant to be the, still the still president, class president, and everything was going smoothly. But then she made one mistake, and now she's targeted as a slut. She's shamed from her family. Beth, Dr. Midnight, is an antisocial person who people don't want to talk to. A couple of episodes ago, she said her parents said to her, "Hey, why are you hanging out with your friends?" And she replies, "But you guys are my friends." And then they are taught, "We're your parents, not your friends." And that's an extra punch. And of course, with our man, his whole life is fucked just knowing that, he's thinking one way, now he knows the other, and he has a level of now hatred towards her. So the idea of them hearing the words of, "Hand over the gear that I led you," they are as aliens. They don't want that, and they're like, fuck Pat, we're the Justice Society. We're the Justice Society. And you can also feel Courtney's pain and feel that, she doesn't really want to. She doesn't want to say those words. It's just that whole thing, "Daddy told me so." And that's basically what it is. Then when the Justice Society is assembled for the first time, when they are together, it's handled very well done. Like, naturally, you got 2 members who are not going to listen to the leader. And Courtney is the leader. She's recruited these people to be these new versions of these heroes, to take on the mantle. And when we meet, or not meet, but when they see 2 members of the Injustice Society, Sportsmaster and Tigress. But when the action sequence happens, when we have like the first Justice Society, the new Justice Society action sequence, it's holy shit. And I think also it helps with the music. And I was kind of curious about who did the music, who's doing the music for the show. It's the same person who did Krypton and Captain Marvel. And I was like, okay, that explains a lot, because those music pieces from those 2 products, Krypton being a TV show and Captain Marvel being a MCU movie, the music just helps the action sequence more. It kind of gives this like epic feel towards it, to have this like heroic thing. And is the Justice Society fumbling around, and is the Injustice Society whipping the Justice Society's ass? Yeah, clearly. This episode has given me hype to see what this other half. It is 13 episodes, so we are basically roughly halfway, and it's just really well done and executed in a way that it's just masterfully pieced together. I know this is long. It's just a lot of things to talk about in this. That it's just so good. This episode.